The new CD, you sound fantastic. Wondering how you keep being able to do this and sound this good.
Well, I think, you've got to have some technique, first of all. You've got to know how to do it. It's one thing to say, I want to sing. It's another thing with what you have to go through after you embark upon, this kind of adventure. And it's not just a matter of singing. It's all the things that happen to your voice because it's such a physical thing. On the road, if you catch a cold, you're kind of doomed. You get the flu, you're kind of doomed. All the things that affect you that way, it goes so far beyond just being able to sing. So if you don't have technique and you don't know how to do it, I don't think it ever works. I'm lucky. I started really young, 5 years old. I started to play the trumpet, and I played the trumpet for quite a while. And it really taught me how to breathe. And I just adapted that same training I had with the trumpet to vocals. And then I think, even more important is, I want to be good all the time. I want to succeed. I refuse not to be good, so I work at that. So I think, it's a combination of knowing how to do it and having a real strong mind that just won't say no.
I know in the beginning of We Rock, when you come out there and you just scream, I'm like, that sounded painful.
No. Those things are really easy. If you know how to do it, that's my whole point.
Sure.
Someone who just goes out and screams is going to end up with a pretty foul voice after a while. You're going to be, oh, what are you doing? But if you know how to do it, and you just squeeze everything off at your throat, because you're not supposed to sing from your throat. You're supposed to sing from your diaphragm. So, if, just a technique, you just squeeze it off that way. It doesn't hurt you at all. It's if you scream really loudly with a lot of breath coming out is when it's going to hurt you.
Sure.
So, it's just all in technique.
Sure. Well, like I said, I'm glad you have it down because we expect you to be around for a long time yet. So.
Yeah, well, someone told me the other day that they thought I was immortal. So that's going to be an awful hard, bunch of shoes to fill on that one. But I'll do the best I can.
Very good. Before I get too far along, and I'm sure you're tired of hearing about this, but there was this whole thing about Rainbow on the internet. How did that get going, and what happened with that? I
have no idea. I was speaking to someone just a few days ago who told me that this thing was on the internet, and it was a reply from Richie that he was, more than happy with what he was doing, and he didn't want to take a step backward, and so on and so forth. And I said, well, this is in reply to what? Oh, well, to a rumor that Rainbow was going to get back together, which made it sound like either I or my manager or something said that this is what was happening, that it was going to be myself, Vinny Appice, Jimmy Bain, and Tony Carey, and myself. And I knew absolutely nothing about this. I've given up long ago with trying to what I thought was to do what was important, and that was that so many fans through the years have asked, well, we need to get back together. So if there was any opportunity, I would have taken that for, just for the fans. But it's been such a long time now. I about 3 or 4 years ago, I think I made a statement that, I don't want to even know about this. I don't want to hear about it anymore. Let's just leave it as it was and all get on with our lives. So when this did crop up, it sounded as though, that I had initiated this, and that's the farthest thing from my mind. So I have no idea what's going on. I think all it took was one blurb on the internet to, create this catastrophe.
The internet can be beautiful, but it can be insane too, because something can get way out of hand.
That's right, and there's a great example of it, I think.
Well, again, I'm probably as guilty too, because the second I saw it, without even looking to see if I was like, oh, that'd be great, So,
well, see, that's the whole point. The thing is that, it would have been great. It would have been great, perhaps at the right time. But like Richie said, he's really happy doing what he's doing now. I'm more than happy doing what I'm doing now, and I don't think either one of us wanted to have to go back to that and have to sit back and try to be what we aren't anymore. And so, he was sensible about it. I've been sensible about it. But, once again, it only took, some one little mention of it, because I guess it just shows that a lot of people still wanted that to happen.
You're heading out on tour again for, you're everywhere this year. Craig Goldie and Rudy Sarzo are with you. Is this the first time Rudy's been out with you on tour?
No, we did a tour together the last time that we went to Russia, as a matter of fact. Rudy started with us at that point. So we did a Russian tour. We've done a South American tour.
Okay.
We've done an American tour together. We've done a European tour together. So this will be the first time that Rudy will be involved in, the new product that we will do. But as far as touring, he's played with us.
As far as I'm concerned, this has got to be one of your strongest lineups. Do you feel that way? Is this, or have there been other lineups you're more comfortable with, or?
Never really been more comfortable, and that's really the operative word there. Comfort is something that you really need to to have.
Mm-hmm.
You need to have people that you like and you want to make music with, and it takes a long time to finally develop all those people. I think this one is the most comfortable of any of the ones we've had. Rudy's inclusion in the band has been really stunning, not just from his playing perspective, because he's always been known as that, but I've known Rudy briefly before and always liked him very much, but never realized what a great person he is and how he suits this band and how interested he is in playing this music, how much he loves to play this music, and how someone like that can actually kick you up the ass a little bit more, and he has. He's just been great. And Simon Wright has played with me for a lot of years, and he's just a real strength. And he and Rudy are brilliant together, and I think that makes it really comfortable too. They love to play together, so I think to answer the question, this is the most comfortable lineup, and I think certainly the one that makes it so easy to fly through the night.
I didn't realize how much I liked Craig Goldie until he wasn't with you, I remember when he joined you, and people were kind of going, who? But he's developed into an amazing player.
He really, really is an amazing player. I think his work on Master of the Moon I thought was great. I thought it was the best work that he's done so far. I think another good, important part about what Craig does is he really interprets the older stuff that we do so well. The things that he didn't even play on, from the things that Vivian Campbell played to Tony Iommi solos to Richie solos, and that's quite a spread there. And I think he really, really captures those things so well. I had never realized before how important it was to an audience, especially guitar players, to hear that solo that they remembered played the way they liked it. I always thought, well, it was a good solo, but I learned that lesson pretty early, and I think once again Craig is just brilliant at interpreting that stuff, let alone playing on his own.
I'm looking at the tour here, and I don't see when you're going to be back in the States. Mm-hmm. We got to get you in Fargo here. That's the bottom line. You've been to Minneapolis.
Right.
We got to get you here. That's all there is to it.
Well, I mean, it's fine with us. It's fine with us, I mean, if only I could, pick the cities and go, well, we're going to go there this year and go here this year. Unfortunately, there are things like promoters and how many people are going to come out and how the economy is and all that kind of stuff. But, I'm never balked at playing any place. I mean, any place at all, no matter how big, no matter how small. It doesn't really matter to me. I think we played Fargo a long time ago with one band. It might have been Rainbow. I think it was with Dio. And it has been, a very, very long time. It'd be great to be there.
And the Midwest, I know it's funny to me, a lot of the bands like yourself, the classic metal bands, will still tour the coasts, but the real metalheads and the rock fans are still in the Midwest.
Oh, absolutely.
But it is harder to get them congregated. That's really what it's about,
I think it is. I think they're a bit more spread out, too. I think that's a problem. In the East, you've got all these giant, pots of communities that kind of blend into each other. So you got this massive audience that's just going to come whenever they want to and from wherever they want to. But where you are, things are a little bit more secluded. They're big cities, but there's a lot of space in between all those kind of things. Mm-hmm. But I've always found that, certainly like places like Detroit and and Minneapolis and, I'm sure Fargo have always been, the best places to play. The kids are always more like European audiences. They're more like aggressive and, but a good kind of aggressive.
Yep.
And, we still try to play, all these places if we can. But once again, like I said, a lot of it depends upon the economy and what it's willing to bear. But, hey, get me to Wichita. I'm happy.
Yeah.